आंखों देखी बात क्या हमेशा सच होती है या कभी-कभी हमारी आंखें भी हमें धोखा दे जाती हैं? Well, the truth is that our eyes do trick us sometimes. Optical illusions यानी कि दृष्टि भ्रम. It is an experience of seeing something which does not exist or which is far from reality. Optical illusions are fun to see and also tell us how our brain works in coordination with our eyes to help us see whatever we see. Let us try to understand how optical illusions work. We are able to see anything when light coming from that thing forms an image on the retina of our eyes. This image is inverted, but हमारा ब्रेन हमें उसे सीधा करके दिखाता है. वरना ज़रा सोचिए, अगर हर चीज़ हमें उल्टी दिखाई देती तो हमारे लिए डेली एक्टिविटीज़ परफॉर्म करना भी कितना डिफ़िकल्ट हो जाता. Inside the retina, there is a layer of photoreceptor cells which changes image into electrochemical signals. These cells are of two types, rods and cones. Rods are on the peripheral area of retina and help us to distinguish between darkness and light. Cones are at the central area of retina and are responsible for color vision. There are three types of cones for red, green and blue light each, and by combining the signals coming from these receptor cells, we can see a full range of colors. These photoreceptor cells give the signal to optic nerves, and optic nerves collect these signals and send them to brain's cerebral cortex where actual visual perception takes place. Things like shadows, colors, and perspective help the brain to understand what it is seeing. It creates our perception of the world. Sometimes, when the information is incomplete, the brain fills in the gaps to form a complete image. But why does our brain do this kind of thing? Actually, our brain has evolved to do this because survival depends on fast reactions. Our senses flood our brain with a lot of informations, some important and some unimportant. We can't pay attention to all of these. To help survive, brain has evolved to quickly decide about what to focus on or to figure out the missing cues based on its past experiences. Most of the time, the brain is right, except in case of optical illusions. Let us understand some optical illusions to understand their working. Observe these two horizontal lines and tell which one is bigger. Most people will perceive the upper line as bigger, but actually both these lines are of exactly same length. ऊपर वाली लाइन हमें लंबी इसलिए दिख रही है क्योंकि इसके एंड्स पर बने एरो हेड्स अपोजिट डायरेक्शंस में पॉइंट कर रहे हैं, जो इसे एक्सटेंड होता हुआ दिखा रहे हैं, जबकि नीचे वाली लाइन के एरो हेड्स अंदर की तरफ पॉइंट कर रहे हैं और उसे कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होता हुआ दिखा रहे हैं. यही वजह है कि हमें उनकी लेंथ डिफरेंट नज़र आ रही है, जबकि रियलिटी में वो सेम है. In this picture also, both the yellow lines are of same length, but ऊपर वाली लाइन हमें बड़ी और नीचे वाली छोटी दिख रही है. Similarly, the red lines in this picture are also of same length. When an image looks incomplete, our brain fills in the gaps by figuring out the most likely interpretation. Like in this picture, there are 4 circles which are of 3/4 size. बट इनके इस स्पेशल अरेंजमेंट की वजह से ऐसा अपीयर हो रहा है कि यहाँ सेंटर में एक स्क्वायर प्रेजेंट है, जबकि सचमुच में कोई स्क्वायर प्रेजेंट नहीं है. इन दिस पिक्चर ऑल्सो, इन 3 इनकम्प्लीट सर्कल्स और 3 एंगल्स के इस स्पेशल अरेंजमेंट की वजह से ऐसा लग रहा है कि यहाँ पर एक इन्वर्टेड वाइट ट्राइंगल प्रेजेंट है. The things on a lighter background look darker and the things on a darker background look lighter. इस पिक्चर में due to the shadow of the cylinder, squares A और square B का shade हमें different नज़र आ रहा है, but in reality both have same shades. क्या आपको लेफ्ट वाला ऑरेंज सर्कल छोटा और राइट वाला ऑरेंज सर्कल बड़ा दिख रहा है? जबकि दोनों सर्कल्स एग्जैक्टली सेम साइज के हैं। हमारा ब्रेन किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट की साइज का अंदाज़ा उसके सराउंडिंग ऑब्जेक्ट्स की साइज से कंपेयर करके लगाता है। यही वजह है कि हमें लेफ्ट वाला सर्कल छोटा और राइट वाला बड़ा दिख रहा है। ये कर्व्ड सी दिखने वाली लाइंस असल में पैरेलल हैं, बट सराउंडिंग लाइंस की ओरिएंटेशन की वजह से ये हमें कर्व्ड दिख रही हैं। When we stare at these static pictures, they appear to be moving. Because the strong contrast of colors and shapes in this illusion, our brain get confused. Our motion sensors switch on and the image seems to move. Actually, the brain is evolved to focus attention on movement because it can be a sign of danger. What do you see in this picture? A flower vase or two faces? Actually, we can see both these things, but only one at a time. Our brain has to decide about what part of the picture is the object and what is the background. Imagine if we see both these things simultaneously, there will be so much confusion. So our brain makes us see only one thing at a time, depending on what thoughts were going in our mind. This duck and rabbit face illusion also works in the same way. Optical illusions not only tell us the limitation of our human eye, but also reveal a lot about the working of our brain. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.